Hi, I'm Tom Ziglar, CEO of the Zig Ziglar Corporation. I'm so excited you're here with us at the Ziglar Leadership Academy. We're talking about coach leadership and leadership. So we're here to serve and support at the Ziglar Coaching Academy life coaches, leadership coaches, and sales coaches, and then people who are looking for a life leadership or sales coach. And today's lesson is on what I call the business map. So if you are a leadership coach, or if you're a leader thinking about upping your coaching skills to develop your people, you're going to want to hear about the business map. I'm going to take a couple of sessions to go over this, but this is like a windshield that you can look through to really impact the people on your team and your business as a leader, as an owner, as a founder, as a CEO. Because when you understand these components of the business map, it'll give you a roadmap to run on to really see where you're going. So what is MAP? So you see the screen, we're going to drop in a graphic there. There's 5 circles in that. And MAP, the business map, is the center circle. And so maybe you write this down, think about that. Business map stands for MAP is maximum aligned performance. So as a leadership coach, as a business owner, as a CEO, in our business, we want aligned performance. We want it between the mission of the business, the leaders, the team members, our customers, the people we serve, everything. We want aligned performance. We want everybody doing their job to the highest ability, being top performers in the same direction of the mission of the business and what we do, the vision that we have for the business. And then we got to understand that we got people on our team, and each person on the team, they need to perform in such a way that the goals that they have for their team and for the mission of the business, they're exceeding those, but there's something else that needs to be aligned. And that's their own personal why, their goals, their dreams, the things that they want to accomplish in life. Maybe they're in their role today as a stepping stone to their bigger, higher calling or purpose. And so as a leader, if I know what people's purposes are, what they really want to accomplish, where they're going, where they see themselves in 5 years, what their definition of success is, and I help them grow to that level, then our business is going to grow faster. So the business map, that's what that stands for, maximum aligned performance. The top left circle is vision, values, and virtues. So think about this. We talked about top performers. Like the number one challenge in a business is to attract, develop, and keep top performers. So what attracts top performers? How do we keep them? How do we develop them? Well, they are highly focused on what the vision of the business is. In other words, top performers love working for a place that's got a calling, that makes a difference, that solves a problem that their heart resonates with. It's not just the nonprofit world or the church world that resonates. Business does the same thing. If your business solves a problem that allows others to be more successful, to enjoy life to a fuller degree, to have more peace of mind and security, then you've got a great business, and you need to show that vision to your people. Top performers also align with values and virtues. So company values, that's what we set up and say, this is how we're going to treat each other as a company. And then virtues is like relationships. What are the virtues that we use with each other, like respect and kindness and humility? We're going to have a whole lesson on that. Then if you look at the next circle, the top right circle, compensation and contribution. Or you can even put compensation and recognition, because some businesses that people go into, they might be a teacher, they might work for a government agency. Recognition is the number one way that we motivate and incentivize them, because their ability to earn more money, it's kind of locked into the system. But in a profit business, what top performers want is they want their compensation connected to their contribution. In other words, the more they contribute, the more they need to share in the win. And as leaders, it's our job to do that. We're going to go into that in detail. Third circle, bottom right, is this: quality of life equals quality of work. And so as a leader, we've got to be really understanding and connected to what's going on with each person on my team. How's their quality of life? How are their relationships? How's their health? How are they progressing towards the things they want to accomplish? Because if I'm, as a leader, if I'm protecting my people's quality of life, if I'm giving them the opportunity to enhance every area of their life, they get to be pretty sticky. They kind of like working with you. And remember, we've got to attract, develop, and keep top performers. So if you have top performers and you're burning them out, don't be surprised if they leave, because they're going to vote for quality of life over and over again. They'll vote for burnout or a heavy season every now and then, but they can't do it sustainably. Then the fourth circle there, bottom left, that's goals and growth. Top performers are goal motivated and growth motivated. And I want to plant something different with you when we talk about coach leadership in our methodology, and that is coach leaders focus on growth first and then results. So I want you to hear that. I didn't say growth and no results. I said growth first and then results. Why? If you have somebody on your team who's growing every single day, they're getting more effective, they're learning, the results are going to come. But the problem is we live in a transactional society where it's all about what have you done for me lately, right? So everybody's judged on the results they got last time. Did they win the fight? Did they close the sale? Whatever that situation is. Well, if you get into a losing streak and your self-image is based on your last result, you're going to be dealing with somebody, a top performer, who doesn't have the energy and the motivation to go do it. But if you focused on what they learned and how they grew and what they can do next time to be more effective, and you see them continue to grow, they'll fight right through. They'll get right through those slow spots in their life. So that's the business map. Those 4 areas, right? The vision, values, and virtues, the compensation and contribution. I mean, I love that one because people can look on Google what everybody else is making. I mean, that's how everybody knows. So the real truth is am I being fairly compensated for the contribution that I make? And when somebody comes to you and says, hey, I want a raise, as a leader, you say, as a coach leader, you say, that's my job to give you a raise. That's what I want to do. But until your contribution warrants the compensation, we can't do that. But I can help you raise your contribution. Do you want to put together a plan for that? Wow, now we're empowering the people. And then quality of life equals quality work and goals and growth. Top performers are motivated by that. All right, so there you go. So let me just finish this session with this question. If a top performer is on your team and they're moving towards their purpose, they're experiencing high quality of life, they're fairly compensated, and they're growing towards their goals, why would they ever quit? See, we just took something that's complex and made it simple. Because if you can help, as a coach leader, if you can help develop somebody, they're moving towards their purpose, they're being compensated based on their contribution, they've got a great quality of life, and they're growing towards their goals, and they're becoming a better person tomorrow than they are today, why would they ever leave? Wow, that's what it's all about. So there's the business map. Next lesson, we're going to go into vision, values, and virtues. We'll see you then. And before you go, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends, make some comments. We want to connect. And if we can help you on your journey of becoming a leadership coach, let us know. We'd love to talk to you. See you next time.